Wow. 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 I got the record and fact book of 2023. And Roger signed it. My God. I got the record and fact book. Remember, nobody gets this. Florio's off the list. They're down on him. To get Peter King. Nicely produced.
That's funny.
Very well done. Very well done. Did you get it this year?
I sure did.
Man,
I
you
didn't
still made
sign
the
it.
thing.
He
Well,
didn't sign it, but I do have
You
the
are
book.
some ass kisser to get that. all
I
the
love
time.
that. As a matter of fact, they got two guys in the NFL. They sent me two because they don't know that each sent me
They
one,
each
so I
want, so
get
you get
two.
two
Oh, wow.
every
So you
year.
can send me one of them.
Yeah.
I don't even use it anymore. I've told you that before. I don't use it, so I don't ask for it. I get everything I need online.
I love the damn thing. The old-time records, I break down the 57 Browns and
Right,
everything else. I
right.
love it. I go through the whole thing. I enjoy it. Great to be here with the
Oh,
two
it's great to
power
have
guys.
you. Look
You're the
forward to
man.
it every year. Chris Mad Dog Russo from SiriusXM Mad Dog Sports Radio. We're on SiriusXM every day as well in
Yeah. I
the
know
morning,
you guys
7
are.
to 9 a.m. Eastern.
Yeah.
Today, no, not 7 to 9 Eastern.
No, we're
People
not
keep
doing
asking me,
that.
why is your show not on 7 to 9? Because it would be 4 a.m. in Las
You
Vegas.
can't
and
do
we're
it
not
too
doing
early
at
in the
4 a.m.
morning.
So,
Tough.
all right. I know you like to gamble.
Yeah, yep.
Two things I've learned about. I knew you liked to gamble before you started going on with Stephen A. and all that.
I
knew
get
that
your
a lot.
father involved with the picks.
Yeah,
He's
well, I
getting them
remember
going.
you asked me one time before a game. You were like, "Hey, who do you like today?" And I steered you the right way. I think that day.
And I want the
Yeah.
scores with you guys making these predictions on NBC. Give me
Okay.
the scores
We used to
because
do
that
that.
covers
We do.
up at the
We do.
line.
We do.
we do
I know,
the score.
yeah, I know.
You're chewing too many gummies at
Yeah,
that
you're
point,
right.
and
You
you
know
don't
the
see
score
it.
straight.
That's it.
And nobody took
Okay.
Miami against the Chiefs, and I decided to take Miami, so that was a bad loss that day
bad
on a
loss.
cold day in Kansas
When
City.
I'm a fellow. I like to dive into the THC world. All right, I'm a smoker though. Right, I smoke. When did you become a gummy guy? I was like,
I went to a boarding school, Christopher, in 1974
the 70s got
in
you. Huh?
upstate New York.
Right.
Darrow School, New Lebanon, and
Okay.
we had co-ed. We had 135 kids. It was in the woods, 11 miles from Pittsfield, Mass.
Right.
And my father went there in 50 and 51.
Wow.
It's an old Shaker school, so that is where
It started.
on Saturday
There was
nights
no
when it
gummies
was
then,
15
but-
below zero, but they were the real things.
Yeah, the
then.
real things, right.
That is where we went out there. Matter of fact, I hate to say this.
Yeah.
Can I say this on TV?
You
You can
can.
say whatever you want
Yes.
here.
On a day in 1970, I would say it was in 76.
Right.
I was not one of them. This
Right.
is about, 5 years after the 60s.
Okay.
Half the campus tripped on LSD.
Whoa.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, I never
That's
messed
heavy.
with that. That is heavy. That's a whole new ball game
That's
right
a-
there.
Why didn't
never
you?
got near it,
Why didn't
thank
you?
God. Because that's a little wacky. I don't
Yeah.
want to look at wires and all that. But listen, I shouldn't even have said
All right.
that to you guys. but I had to.
I
But I love the
appreciate your
place.
honesty, though.
I love the
Thank
place.
you.
There for 4 years.
Somebody
you.
came up with this question. It wasn't me, but I love it. If your career was a Springsteen song, what song would it be?
That's a good one. How about No Surrender?
I like it.
I don't surrender to
Yeah,
anything.
yeah,
I just
well,
go
we
out there.
know, yeah.
I go out there. I kill it. Even your old man, I get on sometimes.
Yeah, no,
he didn't
I
talk
like
to
it.
me for a long time
He
back
got
in
mad
here.
at you?
Oh yeah, but we're buddies now.
Yeah, right.
But when he was a player and he had his kids playing everything else.
Right.
No Surrender though, Michael, is a good one.
I
for
like
me.
that.
What
I
would
like
you
that.
do? Did you say something about me or my dad?
I
That's why
probably
he was
said,
on?
Phil's not, Chris is not that good. he screwed up the game. He didn't talk to me for months because he loved you. He loves you, boy, so much,
I
and he didn't
know,
talk
yeah.
to me for such a long period of time.
Right.
And I got one right now who's coaching Northern Arizona, as you know, the basketball. So
Yeah.
if they say something bad about him, I'm going to kill him too, and not talk for a long time as well.
Oh, you're funny. You're funny. All right, so I saw you with your little conversation a little bit on ESPN, getting into like the quarterback GOAT thing and all of that.
Right.
I don't know if I didn't get to hear it.
Well,
So-
here is the simple one with that.
Give it to it.
If
I wanna
I
hear
had
it.
a game to win
Yes.
for my life,
Right.
all right, for my life, doesn't
Yeah.
make he's, career-wise, the numbers aren't quite there yet, I would take Mahomes.
Yeah. Okay.
If
You're
I
not
had a
crazy
game
by
to
that.
win, I mean, he's played one bad half.
Yeah.
I'm going to give him a break on the Tampa Super Bowl because
Right.
the offensive line was a mess.
Both
And his
tackles
toe was
were
messed up.
missing,
And
he
his toe
got-
was messed up.
And
Right.
Reed was all messed up with
With
his
his
father,
son
with his father,
the
with the
crash.
son and the
Right,
crash.
right.
So I'm going to give him a little break on that.
Yeah.
The second half against the Bengals, he was bad in the game.
Right.
We'll give him that. The
Right.
game that they
Yep.
had a bad
21-3 and it fell
21-3.
apart.
Oh, it was terrible.
Right.
That's the only time. So in other words, he's 14-3 in postseason. He's had one bad half.
Yeah.
And he's, you know what he's great at? He's great at winning the game for you if he has to, and then he can manage the game well for you against the Ravens
Right.
if he has to.
Exactly.
So I would take him Obviously, I don't think he's going to get to 7 Super Bowls. So when people look at the number, they're going to go with number 7 and Brady as a result. I think Montana gets a little shortchanged. 4-0 in Super Bowls,
Right.
11 touchdowns, and not 1 pick.
Yeah.
And 3-time MVP.
Right.
Rice won and the year that he didn't win the Super Bowl,
He
Rice
brought
won
him
it.
back late.
Yeah, there you go, Chris.
Yeah.
He went down the field and hit the ball to John Taylor for
Yeah.
crying out loud.
I hear you.
I think he's a little underrated, but for a game for my life, I would take Mahomes.
Why don't you think Mahomes is going to catch Brady? I think he will.
7 is a lot. He's got 2 now. He's
Yeah.
got 5 to get. I mean, I guess he could. You know, I mean, it's not impossible, right?
He's
I
only
guess
going
he
to get
could.
better. We were talking about this
It's
earlier.
going to be tough, though.
As he gets older, his brain is going to expand even more.
That's fair.
He's
He'd be
gonna
a little more
not
sharper.
be surprised by anything. He's going to be able to make the reads faster, get rid of the ball. He's not going to have to run around all over the place. He's only going to get better.
The bigger thing to me is, will they keep up with him, right? That's what Brady had the luxury of, right? They went through 2 different eras and went, okay, we won 3 Super Bowls, we lost 1. All right, now we got to retool the team completely, and they got it back to a capacity of now, hey, Brady, if you play well, we can win more Super Bowls.
Yeah, exactly
Can
right.
the Chiefs maintain that? Can they build a team here for the future for 5-6 years from now where Mahomes is what you say, but the team is still able to help him and be around it? He could take advantage of all his tools at the time. That'll be a big part
And
of
will
this too.
Reed stay? A lot of
Hey,
people
right.
think he might leave.
Right.
I don't
well,
know.
He was
Peter
flirting
says
with
he
it a
won't.
little. Right.
The Chiefs have the possibility on their radar
Yes.
screen, and not just because he's 65.
Right.
They think there's a chance that he goes. They're aware of it. They're planning for the eventuality.
Who would be
if it
the
would
who, if
happen.
he did decide to leave?
I
Who
don't
would be
know.
the coach? Somebody from in
well,
staff?
Mike and I know a little bit. Like there was some reaching out last year because they saw this on their radar a little bit. Right.
Oh,
We're not going to
really?
get too
Yeah.
much into specifics. I don't want to burn Mike or myself
Right.
here. But
Well,
yeah.
But I think that if it would happen, in theory, if it happens this time, you're going to have a groundswell like the Raiders had with players wanting Antonio Pierce. You're going to
Spagnuolo?
have players who want Eric Bieniemy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I go there.
Yeah.
I mean, he killed Sam Howell.
Yeah.
And
Well,
your father says that to me all the time.
Yeah.
57 pass attempts.
Right.
Never rushed the ball. All
Yeah.
these sacks.
Yeah.
He did not like the way they killed the poor kid.
Right.
Never gave him a chance.
Yeah.
So and he gets fired. Hey, I did not like the Dan Quinn hire.
of course not.
You mean to tell me that Washington, who wanted Johnson for whatever the reason,
Right.
they had a defensive coach. Quinn blew a 28-9 lead.
28-3. Yeah.
In the fourth quarter, 28-9. And then, of course, the defense against San Francisco.
48 points.
I mean, terrible. And now Dan Quinn is going to be your
I
coach.
said all this yesterday.
I don't
We talked
understand
about
it. This is
right.
ridiculous.
The greatest thing he ever did was hire Kyle Shanahan as an offensive coordinator. Right?
Exactly. That's a good point.
The team fell apart right from there.
He inherited Matt Ryan. He
Right.
inherited Julio
Dimitrov
Jones.
had built a team that was ready. I mean, we're with you. We were disappointed. It feels like the third choice.
And Cliff Kingsbury.
Yeah, the
I'm
offensive-
all right with that, man. Why didn't Ben Johnson want the job?
I don't know
They must have
this
paid
for
him.
sure. I think what I've gotten the feel in league circles, and I don't have this answer yet, but I feel like the structure wasn't exactly what he was looking for. And
He wants full control
Well, he
then?
wants maybe a little bit more say in the matter
Because
right.
the GM from the Niners is going to
Right.
do all the
Right.
work.
He's gonna take over.
Right.
Wow.
and
So
I think
maybe he
he's
doesn't
a really
like
good
that.
coach, and he's like, well, I only got one shot here, and I don't like the way this recipe is developing
Interesting.
here.
Interesting.
And I think that was also what I've been led to believe was part of the reason he asked for a big contract. Was because it was like, I told Mike this the other
I
day.
want protection if I
don't
can't-
know if I
I'd-
really love this job, so if you pay me this, I'll do it.
I love it.
But I'm not going to do it for less than that.
I
right?
love the job,
Yeah.
though. I think the owner's good. I mean, he's got a good reputation. They got the second pick in the draft. It's a great division. It's a great historical division.
It is. There's a lot to love
I
there,
mean,
but
it's
there's
not
a lot of work
Carolina.
there.
I would think he would do it.
There's a lot of work, right?
Oh, there's a lot of
You
work.
know?
Team stinks.
Yeah.
There's
Team
a lot of
stinks.
work.
Stadium stinks, right?
They're going to get a new
Literally.
one.
Yeah.
There you go.
Literally
The
stinks
stadium's
when the
terrible.
pipe busts.
There's
But
a couple of bad stadiums. That's one of them.
there's always a risk too, Mad Dog, when the window's open and you don't go through it.
Who knows?
There's no guarantee the
I
window's going to
agree.
be open next year.
I agree.
Maybe for Ben Johnson it will be. Maybe the Lions will be just as good. But, Bobby Slowick, the Texans offensive coordinator, could be the hot young
He's good,
offensive
too.
candidate next
He's
year
good,
and
too.
eclipse him. So who knows? It's not like you're ever going to have your choice of any and all jobs. There's only so many of them. And the job's open for a reason.
Yeah.
Good
It's a bad
jobs
team.
and good teams don't come open very often.
And I think Belichick will coach again, too. I do.
I
And I
don't-
think
I don't
Vrabel
doubt
will
that.
coach again.
Agreed.
I'm not sure about Pete Carroll.
Right. No, I think you're right about that. And gosh, if Andy did step away, I would think Vrabel or somebody like that could be at the top of the list for Kansas City too. He certainly would be one of my top choices.
So
even
Bieniemy,
Ben
they're
Johnson.
screen for Bieniemy. I didn't realize
Yeah,
that.
we'll
Good
see.
job.
We'll see. I know. That's Mike has that feeling. All right, but I want to get into some other fun stuff with you, Mr. Record and Fact Book.
Yes,
Let's see
sir.
how good you are.
Oh, I'm good at it. Go ahead. I'm good at the history. Go
All
ahead.
right. What's the longest touchdown pass in Super Bowl history?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm going to take a guess. I don't think it's the answer. Is it the Jim Plunkett, Kenny King one?
No,
83
that's a
yards?
pretty good one. Nope, but there's one other. I'll lead you down. It was the Patriots were in this football game.
Oh, was it to Desmond Howard from Favre?
Nope. It's going to
That
be
was a long one,
that's,
too.
That was
but that's
Rising, wasn't
that's
it, or was it
Patriots. That's Patriots.
Oh, it's Patriots, Green Bay. Patriots won the game?
Right. This is the Patriots were in the game, and they did win this game.
Okay,
yeah.
because they were in the game against Green Bay in 96.
I know, 96. You weren't wrong there. I hear you.
Let's see.
Yeah.
So that means they...
I know. It's the quarterback that slips people's Super Bowl history
Jake,
mind.
the
Yeah,
long
ding, ding,
with
ding,
Muhammad.
Muhammad,
Yep.
exactly right.
85
There you
yards.
That was a
fourth
very
quarter.
good game.
go. Right? It was a great
That
game. I was there.
And he played great
Wasn't
in
it
that
like
game alone.
it was very low scoring or scoreless for the
It's like
first half.
6-3, and all of a sudden it exploded.
32
and then,
to
well, and
29,
then, yeah,
they went
and then
crazy in the
one
second
wardrobe
half.
malfunction later, and
Right.
all hell breaks loose
That's
on
a
the
good
field.
question.
Right.
That's a
Yeah.
good question.
That was a good one?
Yes,
all right,
very
I got
good.
another one along those lines.
Go ahead, let me hear it.
Longest touchdown run in Super Bowl history.
That's another
It's
good one.
another. It's not Marcus Allen running into the night.
Against Washington when
Right,
he had
it's
the great
not that.
run, 83.
Right. But yeah, longest Super Bowl run. All right.
Undrafted player.
It's another guy.
Is it Tim Smith?
No, that's a good guess. Washington could have won the MVP.
Denver, he had a guy
Doug
22
Williams
yards rushing. He had a great game.
236, I believe.
236. Well, you
Right.
guys are good.
Well, yeah,
The
I like
longest
you in
run.
this department. Right.
Wow.
North Carolina.
He played for Pittsburgh.
I'm not going to know.
It's Willie Parker.
Oh, yes,
Parker.
against
Bad
Seattle.
job.
That's
Bad
a
job
tough
by
one.
you.
That's a tough one.
Bad
right?
job by you.
That's a bad job.
Bad
on
job
me.
by you.
Bad job. That's a good one. Bad. You know what I found was interesting is that when San Francisco lost to Detroit in '57, the halftime score and the Lions came back was 24-7, and the
Yes.
Lions won.
Oh, isn't that
and
crazy?
this year
It happened.
was the others 24-7
Right.
to
Yes.
Detroit, and San Francisco came back to it. And I found that pretty
That was
interesting,
ironic.
too.
It was.
And Campbell still bothers me. Kick the field goals.
Of
for crying.
course.
Kick,
Right.
especially the first one.
The
Make
first
it
one.
27.
Make it a 3-score game.
Oh, what are you doing,
why,
Dan?
why is that
And then-
even a debate?
And
You
then
make
he
it a
s-
3-score
And then he
game.
sits there and he runs the ball
Yeah.
on second down at the 1
Yeah,
yard
right.
line.
And
using
waste
a
a timeout.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
it was.
God.
They
it was a
should
horrific
be
scenario.
here.
Should be
They
there.
outplayed the Niners.
Who's the guest, the one guest you haven't had on that you want to have on before you call it quits?
Historically, in all sports,
Anytime. And that you can get now.
Oh,
that
that I
is
can get
alive.
that. Yeah, no, so no
Somebody
Joe
you wanna get.
DiMaggio,
Right.
Yeah,
nothing
no
like
Joe
that.
D.
No Willie Mays.
That would be a get.
Right.
That's a good one. This is going to strain. This is a strange answer.
Yeah.
I have never had them, and you guys both know how much I love the coaches.
Yeah.
And I've asked for him forever. Nick Saban.
Wow.
Wow.
And you would think he'd be an easy get.
Yeah, why wouldn't he do
I
it?
cannot get him.
Wow.
Damn.
Whether he knows me. And I want Nick Saban where not 8 minutes.
Yeah.
I want to talk about Kent State when he was at Kent State with the shootings.
Yep.
Want to unpack it a little
Yeah,
bit.
there you go.
Yeah.
Working with Belichick in Cleveland.
Right.
Why he went to Miami and
Right.
he'd be a great spot.
I hear you.
He grew up
And I
20
have
minutes
never
from
been
where I
able to
live.
get him.
He
Right.
grew up 20 minutes away. His dad had a gas station. Got a lot of his work ethic
That's
from his
right.
dad. His
Yeah,
dad
his-
was very
oh,
hard charging.
So
Coached
it
his
makes
football
sense now
team.
why you can't get him. He's a jerk from West Virginia like this guy.
I
That's
did
gotta
know
make
they
a lot
fought
of
out the gas
sense.
station. No, that's an easy one. You figure I could get Nick
Yeah.
Saban.
Yeah.
That's one I would love to get on. Let's see.
Well, he has time now.
I should be able to
Yeah.
get him, wouldn't you
I would think so.
For crying out loud, I should be able to get him. But he's one I always think about.
Where are you going to watch the game Sunday?
I am going
You
to,
gonna be here or
I'm
you
an
going home?
empty nester now.
Okay.
So it's just going to be my wife and I.
Okay.
So and I'm going to take her to a place this week to make some of those prop bets.
Right.
Because I made 2 prop bets. You want to hear them quickly?
Yes.
Okay, I do.
Last week.
Right.
What a lucky one. 16.5 yards over in the first game. Who do you think it was?
What, a scramble by Mahomes? Or
No, 16.5 yards receiving over.
On the over in the first game?
Marquez Valdez-Scantling.
Oh, yeah.
Last play of the game.
Yeah.
Here's the other one.
Right.
And I got a break.
Right.
I took Goff over completions.
Yeah.
It was 23.5. He got to 15. He was at 15 last drive. So I actually needed
Oh,
the
so you
Niners
got the 2
to
minute-
score the touchdown,
Yeah.
not the field goal. because they scored a touchdown there, play the prevent defense,
Right.
and I have a lot of short passes, and he had 10 completions on
That's
the last
amazing.
drive. So I got it.
great.
I got it, baby!
last week.
Chris Mad Dog
two were
Russo.
fun.
What do you got
Sirius XM.
Okay,
Go
we're
ahead.
done.
Go
I was
ahead.
going to say, what do we got going for the Super Bowl?
Well,
You
I
make
haven't
a
looked at the
bet?
props
What's
yet.
the over/under on gummies for the Super Bowl? That's the real
I will
question.
take one before the game. That pregame is
Right.
a long. Your father be bored stiff. That's a long
A long
pregame.
pre, so you'll take one.
I'll take a half of one there,
then
maybe
when-
one, and then the other half when they kick
When
off
they
and
kick
everything
off.
else.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be into it. You know, it's a long way though from Friday night
Right.
to Sunday at 5:30, 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
That is a
Don't
long
peak too
wait
early.
for getting to those games.
We're going to do
Right.
LSD.
Right.
Don't do
You
that.
do the gummy, we'll
Darryl
do
School,
LSD.
Who are you taking
Lebanon.
in the game? You're going
Kansas
Chiefs?
City.
All right.
I had him against Buffalo.
Yeah.
I had him against the Ravens.
Okay.
I'm not betting against Mahomes under any
Right.
circumstances.
Absolutely
I'm
right.
not
That's the
betting
way to go. Chris Mad Dog
I
Russo,
love you
Sirius
both.
XM,
I love
Mad
you
Dog
both.
Radio. Thank you so much.
Good job, Christopher.
Great seeing you as always.
Mr. Florio, we know we love you.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.